Hi, this is Craig Lane with Video Blog Week 52 of 2013. Even though it's Happy New Year Day, New Year's Day 2014, I just wanted to finish off last year with a thank you to all those who watched and all those who supported me. Um, Really, what I'm looking for in this final video blog of the year is just to share a bit of like we talk about New Year's resolution, and the new year really begins at different points depending on the tradition you're looking at. And we look at the word resolution to resolve, to resolve. So we're sort of remembering the things that have recycled in the past and they're under the layer of conscious attention. And in those quiet moments, which is why sitting in silence can be such a benefit. And I often challenge the really high strung in iridology, the neurogenic type, to sit more. The type A person, in other words. There's a loose correlation in iridology, what they call the neurogenic type. Although, we all have our own sort of master blueprint. And that's one of the things that I really look forward to showing more in 2014. So I wanted to offer any subscriber that wishes to pose a question or a quick one sentence question, a quick answer. I'm happy to answer that. And also to offer anyone collaboration in the new year. I'm really looking to host some telesummits with other practitioners around all the various areas of healthcare. So we talk about New Year's resolutions and Happy New Year. What we're talking about is letting go of the things that are sort of in our way. And I know for me, one of the things that gets in my way is an old imprint from early on in life of sort of seeing the worst in things for me sort of allowed me to go to this worst case scenario, which actually wasn't quote unquote so bad. And if the worst case scenario wasn't so bad, then it was all sort of, oh, then it's all going to look better from there. And it really served me as a young man and as a child. And now, um, as I've moved on in life, I've seen this as a low level pattern and sort of a habit of seeing the worst in things. And so what I have to do is sort of look at this as like, this is a piece of my shadow. How can I find the gold in that? And then also, how can I reframe and find out what I really want on an essence level? And that's what I'm trying to share and offer this year. Is what gets me out of that is there's some things that my coaches and my mentors have taught me, and that's going out and helping someone when I'm really in a funk and reviewing what are my goals for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day, and how can I stay accountable to someone in that process. And boy, I'll tell you, as an adult, one of the things I've learned is that happiness is a little bit of work as an adult, because you're never going to stay there, nor are we going to stay, down or up. And having a net sort of support I found to be more helpful in my life. And there's a sense that in the background of it's all good, and that's the voice of just the present moment. It's all good. Sort of the what one teacher, I love the way he put this, is that meditation was a form of loafing, and and the only judgments we have about that loafing is the conditioning we have in our society. The sort of productivity model. You must produce in order to be a worthy being. And then there's this low level shame under the surface. So I believe bringing awareness to things is really helpful, and bringing awareness to these subconscious patterns, which is why, again, why sitting in silence allows some of these layers to sort of strip away, and then consciousness gets to see them. And one of the things, that I always loved in my life was a few tenets to take away or walkaways from this video blog is, go see for yourself, for one. People point at things, and people point at things for me, and often, we're plagiarists, so I'm plagiarizing what someone pointed out for me that I saw for myself, and now go see for yourself. And in my health practice, I have a saying, I want to help you have an experience that you can't deny. Then you don't need me anymore. As I saw for myself, once I had experience of certain foods that no longer serve me, it's they're out for the most part. And then there are certain things that are, I know they don't serve me on some level, but they're sort of addictions because they help symptomatically, like caffeinated beverages. Um, there are certain things that what I call thrive foods, and that's another exploration, trying to help my clients find foods that help them thrive versus foods that are sort of neutral. And then there's lower than that, there's foods that we tolerate. So takeaway 2 would be go see for yourself which foods help you thrive, which are neutral, and which you're tolerating. How do we tell that? Well, usually an hour to 2 hours after we eat is a great sign of how's our cravings. There shouldn't be any. How's our energy levels? It should be better. How's our mood? It should be brighter and lighter. Those are 3 kind of key attributes. And but if we're craving more, and if we're, in other words, still feeling hungry even though our belly might be full, if we're not satisfied, if we're in a lower mood and our energy is lower, then chances are we weren't eating the foods that are right for us. And there's a whole other series of things that come into play with that. So direct experience is really big in my practice, and we're always looking for people that want to be active participants in their health. So I would challenge each and every one of you to become an active participant and explore. And another one of our programs in Health Alchemy are quests. Quests in health. What is your quest, and what is your mission, and where are we trying to get to? And most of the time, I know in my life, I don't get to where my ideals are, but at least I'm moving towards them. In other words, my ideal might be no caffeine, no mind-altering substances, getting to bed at 10 o'clock every night. There's other ones that we could look at in there. Not eating grains or wheat, and for the most part, those are pretty good. And then I see how they take me off track in terms of mind, body, and spirit. So this is a bit of a rant, but the 2013 year, 52 video blogs later, I'm happy to say that I set out to accomplish this mission, and it's now done. And I'm feeling a lot of joy in being able to offer you bits and pieces of what's happened in my life and what I've seen from the hundreds and hundreds of people I've worked with over the last 20 years and in the course of my 48 years as an adult. Well, some of those aren't adult, probably more likely just the last few. So wishing you all a wonderful 2014. There'll be many, many more video blogs and many, many more self-care videos coming up. And look for this channel to be constantly evolving and changing to make your life a little easier and to offer all of us a bit more fun, happiness, clarity, satisfaction, peace, all those keywords. Craig Lane with Health Alchemy, signing out for 2013. Looking forward to the coming year.